friends. Today is planting day. Yay! I just picked up all the plants. Super excited to get these guys in the pots. I have one more stop to make to get a couple more seed packets. The place I'm at right now is out of radish seeds, so we're gonna go get those and then we'll start planting. So you can see I've got our box of plants. I've got some seeds back there too, and we're ready to get started. Since I've had the soil sitting in these pots for a while, I went ahead and pre-soaked all of them this morning and let the excess water drain out. So the soil is all wet and has a good amount of moisture in it to get the plants in it. So if you remember back to my earlier episodes, I kind of planned out what was gonna go in what container, what was gonna be planted together on this handy doodle here. So I've got that with me. Then I'll just go through and show you what plants I bought this morning. I got some marigold plants. So these are gonna go in a couple of the smaller pots, and marigolds are really great for bringing pollinators and butterflies and things like that to the garden. They're also good at detracting certain pests, so they're just great little garden helper plants, and they're very resilient, so these were a must-have for me. I've got some kale plants. So these came in a pack of 6, so it's a few more than I was expecting. Same with the spinach plants, they came in a pack of 6 as well. So because of that, I kind of shifted the way I'm gonna plan my garden, and I'm gonna start with these guys and not do lettuce first. If I have enough space, I might add some lettuce, but we'll just kind of see how that goes. Next up, I've got a lot of fun herbs. So I've got 2 dill plants. I love dill. And then I've got 2 different varieties of chives plants. I've got garlic chives and regular chives, so we'll try those out and see how those do. And then I've got my lavender plant. I'm really excited to try to make some lavender syrup. I love iced lavender lattes, so I'm gonna try to make my own lavender syrup. I only got 1 lavender plant because I'm not quite sure how they grow, if they kind of bush out or how they propagate. So I'm gonna start with 1 in the container I have and kind of see how that goes. Next up, I've got some hot and spicy oregano and some Italian large leaf basil. And then a variety of rosemary called barbecue rosemary, so that'll be kind of fun. And some mint. I got mint julep this time. Oh, I just love the way mint smells. I'm so excited about this one. And then I've got 2 pepper plants. I got a jalapeno variety called Jalafuego and some sweet bell peppers. Then I got 2 different kinds of cherry tomato plants. So I got a Candyland red, and this one's called a Sweet Million. So like I said earlier, I'm gonna try the cherry tomato route because they grow more in bushes, and see how those do. I've grown these in a container before and they seem to do pretty well. And then last up on the plants, I've got some bush pickle cucumbers and some lemon sun squash. They are kind of a flatter variety of squash, so I've never grown these before, so we'll see how that goes too. And then lastly, I got some seeds to plant kind of around these plants that have already started. So I've got some rainbow carrots, some beet seeds, some radish seeds, and some bunching onion seeds. I'd also like to grow some garlic, but I learned this morning that the way you plant garlic is by actually planting the cloves, so I'm gonna do that later. Then the last thing I'll show you before I start planting is the garden journal that I started. So here you can see I put every vegetable and then the variety underneath it, and then the date I'm putting it in the ground. And then I'll also keep track of when it starts producing harvestable fruit, and then when the harvest ends. And then I left some extra space for any notes, like you know, this one, the leaves seem scorched from full sun, or just things like that I can kind of keep track of as we go, so that I know what modifications I need to make next year or what worked really well. Also, I'm working with some backup equipment today because someone who shall be nameless decided to chew up my shovel and eat my gloves. Did you do this? Did you do? I see you did it. I know you did it. See? I've got everything planted and kind of organized in a way I think is going to be best for sunlight. And now I'm just going to give everything a really good watering. So there we go, everything's planted, happy and watered. So I've kind of grouped things. So I've got the peppers over here, got the kale and the dill here. I believe that's the cucumber plant there. And then I've got the spinach on top, the mint, and then of course the marigolds in the middle. And I've got my two tomato plants over here. Then the herbs, the beets and garlic, and then our squash plant over here. And I grouped them together like that just to kind of keep them happy with the plants that they're happiest with. Thanks for joining me for planting day. I hope this inspires you to plant your own container garden. And if so, please let me know how it's going in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Happy gardening, friends!